everyone, welcome back to another one of God of YouTube. So I'm just going to take you through a few things of what this one's going to be about today. So what it's going to be about is crop rotation. So I'm going to take you through different areas now of obviously what's going to be planted, when it can be planted. So obviously with here, this is the runner bean section. So come mid-April, I will put the runner bean poles up, and I will put 2 or 3, maybe 4 seeds round each post, and let them grow. They will eventually grow. They'll wrap themselves up the pole, and then eventually what I'll do is I shall pinch the top shoots out. The beans will obviously form, and about mid-July I'll start, picking them. And then obviously with the raised beds then, as you know, there's 4 raised beds. So in these raised beds I like to grow mostly my salads, probably broad beans, and radishes, just shallow rooted vegetables. I did grow carrots in that one last year and parsnips in that one. I tried the parsnips in the raised bed, which was a trial and error. I didn't really think they was going to really do much, but to be quite honest, the parsnips were absolutely fantastic for last Christmas, so I'll definitely try that probably again. So with the crop rotation, as you can see, I've got 4 different raised beds. So say for example I had a couple of potatoes and I planted them in there this year. Next year then I would put, instead of planting potatoes in there, I would plant them in there, and then the year after in there, and then the year after in there. And by the time we've done at least 4 years, the 5th year I'll be able to put them back in there. And all that does with your vegetables is you don't get any diseases like blight or downy mildew, anything like that. It doesn't so much as take all the nutrients out. I do fertilise the ground near enough every year, whether that's chicken pellets or composts, or my favourite is just getting some horse manure, which is cheap enough from a farmer I know. So obviously that's a bit about this side of the section. Why
do you rotate? Obviously, you've covered it a little bit there. So what's the importance of it, especially like on an allotment site?
Right, so certain vegetables, they all need different requirements when it comes to soils. So, say if you grow a particular vegetable in the same area every year, eventually what you'll find is the soil will break down. You'll get certain diseases and bacteria which will constantly, form within the soil. And it does no good. You can get things like blights. So if you leave potatoes in and you don't dig them up, if they rot, you can get like a potato blight. And some forms of blights, once you've got them in the ground, it takes years before you can get rid of them. There's no, from what I know, there isn't anything that cures it, but you've got to leave the ground fallow, for years, which means fallow means just there's nothing can cure it. Just leave it. If it grows over, it grows over.
It's just dead land then, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dead land. There's nothing that will grow in it, not even a seed. Because it's a very strong disease. You've just got to give it time, which is years, for it to, biodegrade on its own out of the soil. Unfortunately, if you get to that point, there's nothing you can do. Just cover it over and walk away.
So with rotation, do you track what you plant and where?
So yes, anything that I grow, whether it's in a part of seed tray, or if it's in the ground, I will write the dates and the time that it was sowed. I will put the name of the vegetable on it, and I'll just plant them, stick the label in, and obviously I'll do it like that. I do try to mix it up every year. Obviously with an allotment, you haven't got like 50 different, places to do a massive crop rotation. But I suppose that also comes in with Don't grow anything that you know you ain't going to use or you're not going to like to eat. Only grow what you eat.
Grow to demand.
Exactly. Don't stand there and start growing 700 different carrots, because there's no way you're going to eat that a lot.
No.
You know, only grow an amount that you're going to need. Obviously, winter time is different. Potatoes mainly. If you go to your local chip shops and that, they'll give you the bags. Store them away in a cool, dry place. Use your head and make sure that you've got a constant supply to last you throughout the winter. That's all I can say on that.
Plant them with potatoes. You can plant them to different seasons, can't you?
Yes.
So they come through virtually all year round.
Yeah. So there's your first earlies, there's your seconds, and then obviously there's your main crops. Your main crops will take you anywhere up, even up to like September. Any later than that, call it a year, because it'd be too cold.
So we've covered the raised beds.
Yeah.
We all know what's in that one.
Yeah, so obviously going back to, just a brief one of, obviously this area here was overgrown, worse than that area there. I got all the weeds out, I dug it over, and at the moment there's a couple of lines of elephant garlic in there.
I think it was about 40 or 50.
Yeah, they haven't come up yet, but they should start to appear quite soon. It does take a few weeks for them to get going, but obviously, yeah, so they will come up. Now this section here, yet again in a previous video, this area here, if you're thinking, oh, why is that very clear but the rounding isn't, there was membrane on there because we had the horse manure on there. Me and Michael, we took some of the manure, we topped up the raised beds and where the beans are going. We've put some round the rhubarb at the front, and obviously what's left we covered over and put it inside the polytunnel at the back.
Yeah.
Just to let it rot down a bit more in case we need it. So the plan is with this is when the weather does improve a bit, I will be digging all this over, getting all the weeds out. It will be dug over again, and this area here will be just full of potatoes, which I'll be planting them definitely about mid-March, but they'll be trenched up. So that's the plan for that area.
And we have done it in previous videos about sectioning this off with a footpath down the centre.
Yeah, there will be a path down the centre. So it'll either be all potatoes or there'll be a path. One section will be complete potatoes, and then obviously the other section I'll be doing summer onions, which will be split up between whites and reds, because I do like onions when it comes to barbecues and stuff like that.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah. So everyone, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for tuning in, and if you've got any comments, please do link them in the comments below, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.
And we'll enjoy this lovely rain that's just suddenly turned up.
We'll definitely enjoy the weather.